Hey folks, Alex McMahon here of Evolve Nutritional Therapy. Today we're going to be continuing on in our series on why fat loss is more difficult for women. The subject for today's video is how women weighing less is going to create some troubles when it comes to creating a caloric deficit for fat loss. So one of the very first things to discuss is that women are stereotypically going to be smaller and weigh less than men. A smaller person is always going to burn fewer calories because their body has to expend less energy to support that body weight throughout the day. So that's going to equate to a lower resting metabolic rate. So your resting metabolic rate is the amount of calories that are burned at rest just to maintain your basic physiological functions such as breathing or keeping your blood pumping. So right there from the get-go, we can see that all throughout the day, because women weigh less, their body's going to expend fewer calories all throughout the day to be able to maintain that lower body weight. Now we can take that same principle and apply it to what's known as the thermic effect of activity. So the thermic effect of activity is any kind of organized exercise such as lifting weights or running or going to a CrossFit class or a yoga class or anything like that. So because the body weighs less and has less lean body mass on it, also known as muscle mass, it's going to expend fewer calories when the person is exercising because there's less muscle mass and there's less body weight overall to support during it. So on top of women also weighing less, one of the big things is that women are going to start off with a higher percentage of body fat. So that means that from the get-go, women are going to have more fat mass from their body that they're going to need to lose. Also, on top of that, they're going to have less lean body mass, also known as muscle mass. So that means that women will have more body fat to lose, and they'll be carrying around less muscle mass. Now, one of the big reasons that this is important is because a lot of people talk about the amount of calories that maintaining muscle mass costs to the body. So, on average, maintaining 1 pound of muscle mass is going to cause the body to expend about 6 calories per pound. Now, fat is going to cause the body to expend about 3 calories per pound. Now, when you look at that, you can say that those aren't a huge amount of numbers between the amount of calories expended to maintain fat and to maintain muscle. However, if you look at the average and see that a man might have 20 to 30 pounds more muscle than a woman, on average, every single day, those numbers may not be significant, but when you expand that out over the course of a week, a month, and even maybe years, you can see how those calories really do start to add up. Now, on top of that, another consideration to think about is it's not just the muscle mass or fat mass that the person has, but actually taking into account the extra energy that that person has to put in that's needed to be able to build that muscle. Not just what it costs to maintain it, but the energy that the person had to put in to try to build that muscle as well is also going to be considerable. The last thing that we're going to be talking about today is how women typically are going to burn fewer calories from what's known as the thermic effect of food. So the thermic effect of food is the amount of calories that your body has to dedicate to digesting, breaking down, and absorbing all the nutrients from the food that you've eaten. Now, women are going to be eating less calories throughout the day, which means that the amount of total calories the body has to dedicate to breaking down and digesting those foods is also going to be lower. So just to recap, with women having a lower body weight, it means that their resting metabolic rate, the amount of calories they burn just to maintain basic physiological functions, is already going to be lower. Next, they're going to expend fewer calories when they're exercising. On top of that, women are going to start off with more body fat, which means they're going to have more body fat to lose. They're going to have less lean body mass, which means that maintaining that basic amount of muscle that they have is actually going to be a lower amount of calories than it would be for a man. And then lastly, because women are going to be eating less throughout the course of the day, their body's going to have to expend fewer calories to break down and digest that food as well. Those are the top 3 reasons that a woman weighing less is actually going to make it more difficult for them to create a caloric deficit for fat loss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in video 3. Hey folks, I'd like to offer you a free limited time 30-minute phone strategy session with me. We'll discuss what your current health, fitness, and fat loss goals are, the roadblocks that are preventing you from getting the results you desire, how as a coach I can help support you and keep you accountable, and then the simple and sustainable steps and habits you can start incorporating today to achieve the results you desire and to be able to actually keep them. Go ahead and click on the link below in the description, and I look forward to chatting with you on the phone.